Now, I know some of this information is coming out as, you know, more public information now, and I don't know if you guys watched Mr. Eric Rayweather's video yesterday, but I didn't. I kind of enjoyed his insight on some of this stuff, and I wanted to dip in and kind of give my insight on this as well. Home field advantage. I don't really like it, but if it's there, it's there. If you're looking to build the best team in Madden, make sure you head over to MMOEXP.com to avoid the packs and save some racks. Use code CC for 5% off. The link is in the description below. Fastest coins, cheapest coins. Use code CC. We'll see you guys on the sticks. 5% off. Be great. Hey, what is going on, Madden family? We are here. We are talking about the home field advantage that each and every team possesses in the game, and don't really know how the impact this is going to be in MUT and all that, but we're here to talk about it. Again, I think from a competitive standpoint, that's something, this advantage that each team has is something that is controlled by, hey, you're the home team. Now, I get in franchise mode. I think it's a great, I mean, I'm not a franchise guy, but I think it's a great idea because, again, you're set to home for 9 games or 8 games, right? And if you win more games and you get home field advantage in the playoffs, and that all makes total sense. But playing in MUT, it is random. So that's a really hard thing for me to grasp my head around. That you could, and I'm sure we've all, if you've played weekend league or seasons, maybe you've legitimately like had 7 or 8 road games in a row. That's kind of not fair. But we'll see. We'll talk about it. Let's see what we got. EA Sports. It's in the game or something along those lines. This is what they have, okay? Home field advantage for the Jaguars. Called DOWG. I'm not going to focus on their names so much. Home team gains bonus momentum on touchdowns. Pretty basic. And what you're going to see with a lot of these, to be honest, and in total fairness, not every team has this massive home field advantage, right? I'm sure there's a home field advantage, obviously, you know, but not a crazy thing. So the Jags are kind of basic. Some of these are kind of basic, right? We get the Colts with hat counts. This one seems terrible. Home team defense can see the hat count in all plays via coach cam. Okay, whatever. That sounds dumb. Bullpen, away team gains less momentum for touchdowns. Again, super generic, super basic. Okay, that's fine. Tighten up. Home team will avoid committing holding penalties. Now, this one is really interesting to me. It's kind of different from the rest. It's in its own little section because it deals with penalties. Now, if you play, games where you have penalties on, normally like in franchise or something like that, right? There's just random penalties that sort of happen. In MUT and all that, if you turn on aggressive running or aggressive blocking, basically, the downside is you could get calls for holding. If this is a thing in MUT, and that kind of negates that, having an aggressive run blocking or aggressive pass blocking on, like that's kind of big. How big will it be? I don't know. We'll find out. But again, because of the way that they play, sure, cool, go for it. The Bills downwind, away team kicking arc is harder to control. Makes total sense for me. I'm fine with this one. They can't really do much with weather because weather doesn't always affect it. And obviously, like Buffalo would be harder to play in the winter, but this makes sense completely. The Dolphins one, again, this one makes total sense as well. Made in the shade. They're used to playing at home in the heat. I get this. They're more used to it. They don't get as tired. That's cool. I like that. That's fine, right? Again, that's not one thing I don't like about the potential of some of these is that it makes your team worse, right? They fatigue a little slower. Well, normally fatigue in games isn't a huge deal anyway. It makes sense. I get it. This doesn't seem to be like too impactful. I'm okay with this, right? Turf war. The Jets, away team players fatigue faster. I'll be honest. This would be the first time I ever heard playing New York is more fatiguing. This one makes absolutely no sense. No sense whatsoever. The same as Denver? No. Stuff like this, I don't like this. Okay. In Denver, it makes total sense, and like you could convince me to look past it. But for the Jets, no. Patriots. Home team gains bonus momentum on touchdowns and third down stops. Again, that sounds like a totally normal thing. It's fine. That's fine. Okay. Sure. Right? Sure. Those are actually moments where you would gain momentum in real life, right? The Browns dog pound. Away team. Hot routes have a chance to fail in the red zone. Requirement to be made again. Again, something like this. I'm totally okay with this one being a thing if you're on the road. This makes all the sense in the world. It is louder. It is harder. They have the dog pound. This for the Browns. It makes total sense. And I'm glad that some of these are really like, oh my God, that's exactly what it is. And some of these are like, you have no idea what's going on. Fair. The Ravens trust the system. Home team gains bonus momentum on every running play while winning. Again, for the way they play, this makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. It's fair. It's fair. Totally fair. Totally fair. The Steelers, terribly distracting. I feel like they could have gone with a much better name than terribly distracting. But again, but this is hot routes having a chance to fail on third and fourth down. Again, fine. I understand it. Okay. Having to do a hot route twice, no problem with that, right? No problem with that. What that would mean to me as a player, if I was playing against this, I would just have to be more conscious of the play clock, knowing that I would have to do something twice. And again, with the way that Madden works, once you get your first set of hot routes, then you can generally just sort of, quick button it. So, cool, whatever. The Bengals have a home field advantage. No huddle results in reduced clock runoff. And to the Bengals fans out there, okay, you guys tell me what you used to feel like your home field advantage should have been, because again, this doesn't make sense to me at all, and it's so different than like the other like generic ones that they weren't really sure what to do. It kind of confuses me. So please, Bengal fans, let me know what you think about this. It's odd. Chiefs. Offensive audibles made by the away team have a chance to fail. Again, makes all the sense in the world. I'm going to assume here that there's some sort of legal copyright issue. That why it's not just called like Chiefs Kingdom instead of Home of the Chiefs. It's just a small thing. Bolt up Chargers. Again, name makes sense. Home team gains bonus momentum for yardage gains. I don't know how the home field for the Chargers is in LA. I have no idea, but sure. Again, it's generic and makes sense. Raiders just win, baby. Home team gains momentum faster, has increased fatigue recovery while winning. Sure. You could have also convinced me something with the fatigue and stuff since they're playing in Vegas, and Vegas is hot. So sure, mile high. Away team players have less stamina during plays. This, out of all of them, makes the absolute most sense. This is a true thing with Denver. Again, I don't like that it's a thing. I don't think affecting stamina negatively for players. Like saying like you lose less stamina on a play, so instead of going from 100 to 90, maybe they go from 100 to 95%. Okay, that's fine, right? But really triggering this off, I still will never really like it. It makes all the sense in the world. Rise up, Red Sea. Sure, home team goes much faster. Cool. Rams house. Home team gains bonus momentum for defensive stops. Fine, that's fine. And gaining bonus momentum for actual things that should be gaining momentum here as like a bonus, I'm totally okay with that, right? Hey, you got a defensive stop. You should take some momentum with you. This gives you a little bit more. Cool, fine, whatever. The 49ers, unstable ground. Away team has increasingly hard time changing directions. You would figure the 49ers would have had something better than this, as opposed to EA being like, well, the field sucks. And the home team's used to it. Okay. The 12s, random portions of player for the away team will be squiggle, hard to read. Again, makes all sense in the world. Fine. Cool. Go, Pack, go, the frozen tundra. Home team, they have 2 for whatever reason. Maybe they should. Home team gains more momentum and away team gains less. Fine. But then the away team fatigues faster and has a harder time changing direction. So like, let's be honest, like if you could pick a stadium to play in, if it's like, hey, this is in Mutt, right? And you have to have the Packers stadium, wear Packers uniforms, we're the Packers this year. This is the best one. It takes, you get more momentum, they get less, they get more tired, and they have a harder time moving. It's like 4. They've got like 4 things on here. So if it's a thing in Mutt, like congratulations, everyone is Green Bay this year. Okay. Skull, home team gains a small amount of speed rating when in the red zone. Again, that sounds cool enough. It's fine. It's only in the red zone. Speed matters slightly less. So again, I guess it's okay. Motor City, home team accelerates slightly faster. I know that this is basically just a play on the words for Motor City, speed, acceleration, all that. Cool. Maybe it's because they're in a dome. I don't know. But it doesn't make sense, except for a play on words. Bear down. Good name. Away teams kick meter moves slightly faster. Totally fine with that. Deflected. The worst. This is the worst one. I don't know how Dallas has the worst one because of their scoreboard. You can't hit the scoreboard in the game. So I don't know why it's a thing, but I actually feel bad for the Cowboys fans with that one. That's terrible. LinkedIn, home team gains more momentum and away team gains less while winning. So it's like 1/8 of what Green Bay gets. Sure, 4 here again in New York. Apparently people are tired of New York. Is it because of the nightlife? Because they went out and they had too much pizza? What is it? I would like an explanation on this one. I don't understand this one at all. Washington, unstable ground. Again, you guys correct me if I'm wrong. Because is the field bad there or something? I don't know. Maybe. Is this because of what happened to RG3? Like, is it? I don't know. I feel like it is, right? I feel like they're holding on to that grudge. I don't know. We'll see. Fire the cannons for the Bucks. Home team players have their fatigue temporarily replenishable in the red zone. Cool, fine. Sure, why not? Who dat? I was interested to see this one because I know for a fact I hate the Saints, but I know how that stadium is. I've been to that stadium. It is loud. Away team, 3rd, 4th down conversion attempts. A random receiver will have an incorrect route when he lines up in pre-play. Whew. That's tough. That's tough. It's tough. Keep pounding. Home team. No. Double clicked. More stamina in place for the Panthers again. Again, fine. I not that like I'm playing in Charlotte gives team more stamina or anything like that. But the idea and the whole idea behind keep pounding and all that, fine. Go with it. I'm okay with that. Rise up for the Falcons. Name this one right. Home team gains a flat amount of bonus momentum on every offensive play. I was a little surprised at this one. I thought we were going to get super generic. But the Falcons, the stadium does get a little loud. We have a little home field advantage. Sure. We're an offensive team. Hey, I guess it makes sense. I'm glad it's not super generic. Okay? I'm just glad. And apparently there's Darius Slay. Right there. So we can stop this and all that. We have our stuff from the stream up there from last night still from Madden 20. Don't tell anyone. But again, I don't want it to be in Mutt. This stuff I don't. But if it is, EA Sports. If it is, and it's gonna be, I just want you guys to create a blog and just straight up tell us, hey, this is in Mutt. Hey, you get to pick your home field advantage or not. If you don't get to pick it, do you only get it if you have matching jerseys in stadium? Can you wear a Falcons uniform in Green Bay and still get it? These are the questions I want answered. And I know somebody from EA is going to see this. Write me up something. I want to see it. Either way, let me know what you guys think. You know my thoughts. I think some of them are really cool and makes a lot of sense. And again, for a franchise I think it's good. Not so much for us stuff, but again, tell me how it works. Tell me how it works. Does not work in Weekend League. It's only in seasons. Is it only in house rules? Is it in salary cap? Is it in draft? I don't know. Tell me. Tell me. I want to know. Give me more information. Do it soon so I can either be excited or get over my anger that will happen. But be great. I love you guys. I'm out. Peace.